The New York Jets have the longest playoff drought in the NFL. It has been 14 years since Gangrena made the postseason. They have a 36% win percentage during this stretch with only one winning season. The Jets have not won a division title in 22 seasons, and they haven't made or won a Super Bowl in 56 seasons. The new head coach will be Ben Portis. He was a backup quarterback during his playing days for the Los Angeles Rams. Sadly, he never got a shot to start anywhere. He put up 548 passing yards, 343 rushing yards, and had 8 total touchdowns in his time in the NFL. With him being a quarterback and a gadgety type of player, I decided to go with offensive guru for his coaching archetype. Makes the most sense to me. Let's meet the roster, starting with the position that Ben Portis himself played, being quarterback. Our starter will be Justin Fields. 6'3", 228, a former first-round pick out of Ohio State, only 26 years old, but he is already on his third team in the NFL. 44 starts over 4 seasons, not a lot of team success, just a 14-30 record. He has a tendency to turn bad plays into catastrophic disasters. He has thrown 31 interceptions, fumbled it 44 times, losing 12 of them. He has been sacked 151 times, losing 1,032 yards on those sacks. The Jets are banking on him cleaning things up. They signed him to a 2-year, $40 million contract with $30 million guaranteed. The backup quarterback will be Tyrod Taylor. Desmond Ridder and Brady Cook will battle it out for QB3. At running back, we have Breece Hall, who is 24, on the last year of his rookie deal. He's an explosive player, but hasn't had that definitive year where you can look at his stats and say, yeah, he's deserving of a big contract because he's one of the best running backs in the league. I'm hoping that he can have that year this year and that we can come to a long-term agreement. But if we're unable to come to an agreement, or if he just doesn't have that great of a year, then it may be time to turn things over to Braylon Allen in year number 2 of this franchise. Braylon Allen is 21 and just his second year out of Wisconsin. Built like a linebacker, 6'1", 235. He does only have normal development though, which could hold him back from developing into one of the better running backs in the league. Still might be able to be a thing, just going to be tougher to do that. We do have some other intriguing depth options that we can work on developing, like Isaiah Davis, another second-year running back. He's out of South Dakota State. And there's also college football 25 cover athlete Donovan Edwards, who sadly did not live up to being a cover athlete. Garrett Wilson has been in quarterback hell, dealing with Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco, Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, and 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Despite that, 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons to begin his career. He got a big contract in real life. We still have to give it out to him in this franchise. Allen Lazard and Josh Reynolds should be wide receiver 2 and 3 to begin the year. A possible long-term option, Arian Smith was a 4th-round pick in this last draft out of Georgia. He had the 12th highest drop rate in college football last year, an 11.8% drop rate, but averaged 36.5 yards on his 10 college touchdowns in his career. He's got a lot of speed. He's got hidden development. I'm hoping that he can develop into something. We also have Malachi Corley and Xavier Gibson that we can work on developing. Moving on to tight end, Mason Taylor, son of Hall of Fame defensive end Jason Taylor, believes he should start right away. Ben Portis is going to challenge him to go out in his first ever NFL game, at least preseason game, and get 4 catches, including a touchdown. Mason Taylor is 21, fresh off a year at LSU, where he had just a 1.8% drop percentage and a 50% contested catch rate. The 2nd-round pick only has Jeremy Ruckert as competition for the top tight end spot, meaning Mason Taylor should be tight end 1 sooner rather than later. Olu Fashanu was a 1st-round pick in last year's draft, started just 7 games as a rookie. Let's hope he starts a lot more in year number 2 because he's a talented player with superstar development. John Simpson, a veteran on the last year of his contract. PFF had him graded as the 16th best guard of 136. Joe Tippmann was a 2023 2nd-round pick who has started 31 games in the first 2 years of his NFL career. Not a bad rating on him. Elijah Vera Tucker, 43 games over 4 seasons. Torn triceps in 2022, torn Achilles in 2023, an ankle sprain last year. He just has to stay healthy. Armand Membo, the first-round pick made by the Jets this year, he allowed 0 quarterback hits and 0 sacks last year at Mizzou on 411 pass blocking snaps. So I think the Jets have a good starting offensive line with potential to get even better, but the depth on this offensive line is brutal and something we're going to have to work on over the coming seasons. It's not going to be fixed in one off season or right away. On the defensive side of the ball, starting with defensive tackle, where we have Quinnen Williams, who has absolutely lived up to the draft type. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 2019 draft, has had mostly good years, even a great year in 2022 where he was named to the All-Pro First Team. He is in the middle of a 4-year, $96 million contract and is somebody we will be building this defense around. Derek Noddy spent the first 7 years of his NFL career with the Kansas City Chiefs, winning 3 Super Bowls. He is DT2. The depth behind those two, it stinks. Off the edge, we got Will McDonald IV, who had a breakout year last year, his 2nd year in the NFL. He had 10.5 sacks in it. Shouldn't be a shock that he had that breakout season. He is tied for the most sacks in a career in Big 12 history from his days back at Iowa State. Hopefully he's not complacent though and keeps on getting better. Jermaine Johnson II lost most of last year, tearing an Achilles tendon in week 2. Needs to get healthy and have a bounce back year. He already has had his 5th-year option picked up by the Jets, meaning he is under contract for the next 2 seasons. If he and Will McDonald IV both work out, we should be set off the edge for years to come. But if they don't, our depth is okay. We got at least one guy in Tyler Barron, who was taken in the 5th round in his past draft. That I think is intriguing. At linebacker, Quincy Williams is the older brother of Quinnen Williams. Quincy was a 3rd-round pick of the Jaguars, and he did not take off until he got here to the Jets. He's been a consistent player and is on the last year of a 3-year, $18 million contract and is somebody that I will be looking to extend. Jamien Sherwood went and had a breakout year on the 4th and final year of his rookie deal because of course he did. He racked up 142 total tackles, 83 solo, and signed a 3-year, $45 million extension. That is a lot of money to give to an off-ball linebacker, especially one that has had just a single good year of production. It does not look good in Madden because Sherwood is a 74 overall with only normal development. Outside of Quincy Williams, our linebacker group is not well rated and is at least a slight concern. At cornerback, we got Sauce Gardner, 6'3", 200 pounds, a Defensive Rookie of the Year award winner back in 2022, a 2-time first-team All-Pro selection, and he got paid in real life a 4-year, $120.4 million extension. It's not in the game though, so that means we do still have to extend Sauce Gardner ourselves. Another cornerback on our roster is Michael Carter II, who is owed $24.6 million over 2026 and 2027. So he's under contract for 3 years. Not a bad player. Brandon Stevens signed a 3-year, $36 million deal after spending his first 4 years in the NFL with the Ravens, and Ravens fans are actually happy that he signed that deal and is no longer on their team. Never a good sign. Azareye'h Thomas, a cornerback around 6'2", 200 pounds, was a 3rd-round pick out of FSU. He allowed a reception every 19.8 snaps that he was out there, which was the 2nd best of any cornerback in this last draft class. He's got hidden development. If he can develop into a starting cornerback outside and be opposite of Sauce Gardner. At safety, both of our starters are on 1-year deals. Andre Cisco had his rookie deal end with the Jaguars, and I'm hoping for a repeat of what happened with Quincy Williams. Cisco is only 25 and has star development. Tony Adams, 26 with star development, was an undrafted rookie in 2022 that the Jets saw something in, and he's still here with a shot to earn a long-term contract extension. Malachi Moore, a rookie. He had an under 7% missed tackle percentage last year in college. He's a backup to keep your eye on at safety. Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker, 6 foot, 241, went 20 of 21 last year in the UFL for the Birmingham Stallions. So that is our roster heading into the preseason. Not a lot of starting spots on the line, but a lot of depth spots are going to be up for grabs here in these preseason games. Preseason game number 1, taking on the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, and their starting quarterback Jordan Love may have gotten knocked out on the sneak But Matt LaFleur, their head coach, said, hey, buddy, you're going to stay out there. And you know what? We're going to run you again. But this time he doesn't take a hit, and he scores against our starting defense, minus Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. So not really our starting defense, because those two make up a big portion of it. It is a wishbone run to begin the Ben Portis era on offense. Went nowhere. Something you don't really see much in the NFL. The wishbone probably won't run it much in the regular season, as Fields has too much dip on his chip. He tried to force it over the middle on 4th down for Garrett Wilson, and he gets picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. Malik Willis out there for the Packers now at quarterback. I do still see some starting wide receivers on the field for them. It's a shot to the end zone for one of them, and Christian Watson, and he's going to welcome Azareye'h Thomas to the NFL by mossing him in the end zone. Nothing going right for us in the early going. Fields getting one more drive in first preseason game, and he will do what he does best. That is run. He's going to run all the way up to the 44 for a gain of 22. We don't want him running that much in the preseason, though. Don't want to risk an injury. Had to at least showcase it once, though, as Braylon Allen is going to do some damage on the ground in the state of Wisconsin, something he did a lot of in college with the Badgers. In the red zone, the Jets hoping to score a touchdown, and Braylon Allen is going to do just that. Showcase not only that he's a good runner, but a good pass catcher as well, as he helps Justin Fields and his first preseason game with the Jets on a bit of a positive. Tyrod Taylor out there now, the 36-year-old veteran quarterback on his 7th team in the NFL. His second year with the Jets, as Braylon Allen makes the catch downfield, continuing his great first game of the preseason. Taylor, with a defender in his face, is going to throw a strike to Malachi Corley, the second-year man out of Western Kentucky, who made a good catch on the sideline. Again in the red zone, Taylor facing a blitz, finds Mason Taylor, and he's going to get into the end zone. Remember, we challenged the rookie tight end to score a touchdown in the preseason, the first preseason game, and have 4 catches in it. Well, he got the touchdown and would later get the 4 catches. Green Bay on the move again. Marshawn Lloyd is going to stiff arm Azareye'h Thomas, who is having a rough go of it in his first ever NFL action. I'm hoping it's just rookie mistakes and not a sign of him being a bust. Malik Willis is going to take off on 2nd down and run all the way into the end zone, as we get up another rushing touchdown to a quarterback. Harrison Mevis, who was on the Panthers practice squad in 2024, didn't try any field goals then. Tries one here and makes it from 56 yards out. Barely got it inside that left upright. Jumping to the 3rd, it is Desmond Ridder out there at quarterback. He wants to be QB3 and beat out Brady Cook. He's going to run across midfield. He's capable of running the ball, something that, we want to do a lot this year on offense with Fields and Taylor as our backup. Shot to the end zone on 4th down. It's a dime. Good throw by Ridder to the back of the end zone. It's caught by Arian Smith, who had his drop issues in college, but didn't have him there. And now we have a lead. First lead of the game. Malik Willis under pressure and sacked by Leonard Taylor III, a 2nd-year defensive tackle out of Miami, who's hoping to make this team. 2 minutes to go in the 4th. Green Bay hoping to steal this preseason game. Here's a pass to Dontavian Wicks, who's going to torch Azareye'h Thomas. We would make a tackle on the play, but the Packers would go on to score a touchdown on the drive. And we now trail late in the 4th. Brady Cook, the rookie out of Missouri, the undrafted rookie, and Arian Smith downfield, and that gets us up to midfield. A field goal does nothing for us, so it is 4-down territory as Brady Cook has a man all alone behind the defense. It's Tyler Johnson. That may have been an underthrow by Cook, but that's better than an overthrow, as it ends up resulting in a touchdown, and we have the lead late. Green Bay is in range for a Hail Mary shot, though. Malik Willis putting it up to the end zone, hoping somebody brings it down. Somebody will, but that somebody is a Jet. Isaiah Oliver gets the pick and ends the game, and Ben Portis is pumped. He has won his first game in the NFL. It's a preseason game, but still, a win is a win. Game number 2, we're going to be taking on the Giants, the team that we share a stadium with. Their quarterback, Russell Wilson, firing on the move down the field to Theo Johnson. And he's going to pull down the jump ball, and just like that, the Giants are in the red zone. On 3rd and 11, Wilson stepping up, lobbing to the end zone, one-on-one for Darius Slayton, and Azareye'h Thomas is going to be mossed again. His struggles in the preseason, they're going to continue. How about Justin Fields? Can he have a good game number 2. Garrett Wilson over the middle, making the catch and getting a first down. Not going to see much of Garrett Wilson or Breece all in the preseason. They're each getting a drive in the first and second games of the preseason, and their first drive of this one is going to end, so they're going to exit as we exit the field after this drive. In the second quarter, Russell Wilson is going to spin and find Wan'Dale Robinson, who's going to cook Zaire Thomas. But you can't really blame Thomas for that one. He was in man coverage, and that's something he's just not very good at. See if our defense can get off the field on third down. Wilson deep to his right for Darius Slayton, and he's going to bring down another one. Are we sure this is not Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase out there? He's just cooking our entire defense. Tyrod Taylor to his right. It's Allen Lazard, and Lazard is going to turn on the Jets. He's gone. I didn't know Lazard had that speed. 53 yards to the end zone as we cut the lead in half. Our defense back out there. Still no answers for this Giants starting offense. Darius Slayton left side, making a man miss in Thomas. He is just struggling out there, man. Really struggling. Goal to go at the 4 on fourth down. The Giants are going to go for it. Why not? When you got a receiver like Darius Slayton, and he scores again, his third touchdown of the half. Man, got to get him on our team, maybe. So it's 21-7. Tyrod Taylor opening another touchdown scoring drive. Here's Braylon Allen on the screen, hurdling and getting clobbered at the Giants' 43-yard line. He held onto the ball, and he seems to be okay. Tyrod Taylor, leaving the pocket, didn't have to. Throwing on the move to Xavier Gibson, who will be our punt returner this year. Don't know much we're going to see of him at wide receiver. Just outside the red zone. Tyrod Taylor out of time, putting it up near the end zone for Josh Reynolds, and that is a touchdown. Tyrod Taylor looking like an elite quarterback out there as he leads another touchdown scoring drive. Still some time left in the half. Russell Wilson underneath, checking it down to Slayton, and he's going to be absolutely destroyed. Quincy Williams laying the lumber and forcing a fumble as Brandon Stevens is going to recover, and we get a takeaway. About time. See if Tyrod Taylor can keep up his magical run. Underneath the Mason Taylor, he goes down inbounds, and we're out of timeouts, so we got to hurry things up. About 15 seconds to go. Taylor facing a 4-man rush. Going to his left, Braylon Allen making an acrobatic catch on the sideline, and he's out of bounds. So that is going to give us a shot to kick a field goal, a 42-yarder. Harrison Mevis putting it up, and again, flirting with that left upright, but he's going to put it up and through. So it is a 4-point game as we're in the third. Isaiah Davis showing off his speed as he gets to the second level and more, and goes down eventually at the 33. Harrison Mevis, hoping to remain perfect in the preseason, is going to put this one up and through and make it a 1-point game, as it's now 20-21. Giants backup offense out there, led by Jameis Winston. He's going to fake a handoff and go down immediately. Tyler Barron, the rookie edge rusher out of Miami, who spent his first 3 years of college football at Tennessee. We drive down the field in the fourth, and Mevis is going to put it inside that left upright. He's continuing to, play games with it, but he makes it, and we have a lead. Brady Cook in the game at quarterback, faking a give and taking off, doing a good job of sensing pressure. And is this the part where I say he's got some sneaky athleticism? Guess so. He'll take another handoff. Cook on the move is going to hit Mason Taylor, and Taylor inside the 15 will make a rookie mistake. He goes out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock, not letting us use up as much time as I wanted to. And Mevis is going to kick another field goal, his 4th of the day. Make him 4 for 4 as he puts us up by 5, but we end up blowing it and are now up down by 1. Brady Cook off the fake. Time getting low in the 4th. He goes deep to Mason Taylor, and he's out of bounds at the Giants' 34. A miracle pulled off by Mason Taylor and Brady Cook, and that is going to give Mevis a shot. 4 for 4 on the day. Hoping to be 5 for 5, and he will make the kick while iced and remain perfect here in the preseason. And he's going to deliver us another win in the preseason. We are now 2-0, winning 29-27 this time over the Giants. We are facing the defending champion Eagles in our third and final preseason game. Hurts feeling no pressure at all. Is going to look to run on 3rd and long. And he's going to be absolutely just smoked by Quincy Williams. He came out of nowhere. The second forced fumble by Quincy Williams in the preseason. I think it's safe to say he's ready to go for the regular season. Let's get him out of there soon. Still tied at 0. The Eagles back on our side of the field with the ball. And Hurts taking a shot to the end zone and getting picked by Michael Carter II. Not going to see much of him on the outside in the regular season, but he's playing there a little bit in the preseason due to us not sending Sauce Gardner out there. So we have a couple of takeaways against the Eagles in the early going, as Breece Hall is going to make a man miss and go down across midfield. Let's see if Justin Fields can lead us on a touchdown scoring drive. He's going to throw to his left here in the double coverage and be picked off by Reed Blankenship. I really thought that Blankenship was going to go down to Lazard in coverage, but he floated back and took away Garrett Wilson, and that's why I threw the pick. Fields down the field again. This time he's picked by Cooper DeJean. So a couple of white DBs picking off Justin Fields. That time you can't blame me. That was just a horrible throw by Fields. He overshot Alan Lazard, and all of a sudden we are down 14-0. That is just the way it goes, and you play a great team like the Eagles, even here in the preseason. They can dominate you. Breece Hall taking us up near midfield, now across it. Fields on a check down to Lazard, and Lazard is going to showcase it. He is kind of quick. 43 yards to the end zone on this one, his second long touchdown of the preseason, and that would be the last we would see of our starting offense in the preseason. Our backups would get us into range, and Mevis on this long kick is good again. Remaining perfect here in the preseason. I think he's 8 for 8 after that one. We may have our backups and third stringers out there, but the Eagles, they don't. And we really feel it on this one. Desmond Ridder feels it on this one. He gets killed. And the Eagles are going to score a defensive touchdown to Kobe Dean and Jalen Carter. A couple of Georgia boys teaming up for that one. 35-10. Still got our backups facing the Eagles starters. And Ridder is going to get some revenge on this option. We're driving down the field. Have it in the red zone. Eventually, we're going to have it goal to go on the doorstep of the end zone. Braylon Allen up the middle is going to punch it in. So our backups / third stringers for a touchdown on the Eagles starting defense. You got to feel pretty good about that one. Still want to show one more play in the preseason. It's Brady Cook out there on a 4th and goal. Backing up and connecting with Arian Smith at the goal line. His second touchdown of the preseason. And that would end preseason action altogether as we lose 35-25 and go 2-1 here in the preseason. So not a perfect preseason by any means. A lot of mistakes made out there, but we also saw some good things. Tyrod Taylor looks more than capable of being our backup quarterback. I thought he made a lot of great plays out there. And if Justin Fields ever goes down due to injury, knock on wood, hopefully he doesn't, Tyrod Taylor should be pretty good. Braylon Allen was solid as a pass catcher and runner. Mason Taylor had a really good preseason, leading the team in receptions. And I thought we also got some okay play out of a couple backup offensive linemen, something I was not expecting going in to the preseason. Leonard Taylor III had the most sacks on the team and is going to make the team as one of our defensive tackles. Quincy Williams not only led in tackles, but also led in forced fumbles. He got 2 of those. Isaiah Oliver and Michael Carter II, the only 2 guys to get an INC for us in the preseason. Harrison Mevis did not go perfect. He went 7 for 8. He was 7 for 7 when I thought he was 8 for 8, and then missed his last kick of the preseason. We are going to sign Drew Sample to be tight end 3. He is a veteran who has lined up as both a tight end and fullback in his 6-year NFL career. Jalen Redmond will be brought in to shore up the interior defensive line depth. It'll be him and Leonard Taylor III as our main 2 backup defensive tackles. Marshawn Neiland, a 2nd-round pick in 2024. The Cowboys have already given up on him, despite him being 24 with star development. Sure, he did tear a meniscus in his rookie year, but I'll take him. He'll be a depth option for us. The 16 players that we cut to get down to the 53-man roster. The only one I feel bad about, Desmond Ridder. He played pretty well in the preseason, just couldn't go to the practice squad, and we end up keeping Brady Cook over him as QB3 for now. But Cook could go to the practice squad in a week or so, and then we could bring back Ridder to be QB3. What do you guys think our goals and expectations should be for our first year of this franchise? Our roster? I think it's okay. Not elite, but it's not a horrible roster. and you look at our schedule, we do play 3 playoff teams from last year in the first 3 games of the season. So it starts off tough, but after that, we only play 3 playoff teams from last year the rest of the way. So 6 total. I think we should be around a 500 team and be competitive in most of our games this season. Let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on this upcoming season. And also like the video to help the series out and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this series. If you're wondering about the Browns franchise, we're not going to be doing them. We're just going to be moving on here with the Jets because there are just too many people doing the Browns on YouTube. So move forward with the Jets. Thanks for watching this first episode. I'll see you in the next one.